April 2020 Planetary Transits for Capricorn and Capricorn Rising. This is an equal house chart set up for 0 degrees Capricorn on the Ascendant, Eastern Daylight Time, New York. We begin April 1st, 2020, with 2 planets in Capricorn in the first house sector. Jupiter at 24 degrees conjunct Pluto at 24 degrees of Capricorn. The Sun is placed in the 4th house at 11 degrees of Aries. The planet Mercury is at 15 degrees of Pisces, conjunct the planet Neptune at 19 degrees in the 3rd house. In the 2nd house, we have the planet Mars at 0 degrees of Aquarius, conjunct Saturn also at 0 degrees. Venus is placed at 27 degrees of Taurus in the 5th house sector, along with the planet Uranus at 5 degrees. The moon is in Cancer at 8 degrees in the 7th house. Overview. The big news of April 2020 is the magnificent Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, making its first hit at exactitude on April 4th at 24 degrees of Capricorn, 53 minutes. Please refer to my video on the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction 2020 for Capricorn and Capricorn Rising. This conjunction promises fortunate developments, changes, and transformations, exactly what the world needs right now in the face of the current global crisis. On April 3rd, Mercury conjunct Neptune in your 3rd house warns against excessive fear and worry. This energy heightens your imagination. Use it to imagine all that you desire instead of dwelling on negative scenarios. Also on April 3rd, Venus enters Gemini and moves into your 6th house. April 4th brings Venus trine Saturn between houses 6 and 2, a practical vibration under which to reorganize your work, finances, diet, and health routines into greater efficiency. The Jupiter-Pluto conjunction makes its first of 3 hits at exactitude on April 4th. Hopefully, help is on the way for all of humanity in 2020. This conjunction, taking place in your 1st house, promises expansion, luck, a positive outlook, and new hope for the future. Mars square Uranus on April 7th between houses 2 and 5 may bring an unexpected expense in connection with a loved one. On another level, a clash of personal values may be the source of any friction you encounter with those you love today. This energy is potentially explosive, so strive to keep your cool. April 7th also brings the full moon, 10:36 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 18 degrees of Libra in opposition to the Sun at 18 degrees of Aries, spanning houses 10 and 4, highlighting career concerns and family responsibilities. Career demands versus the demands of family are accentuated at this time. The Jupiter-Pluto conjunction at 24 degrees of Capricorn, making a high-tension square to this full moon, may blow the career-family issue out of proportion into crisis mode. Caution is advised. On April 10th, the planet Mercury enters Aries and moves into the 4th house. The Sun will square Pluto on April 14th between houses 4 and 1. Avoid power struggles with family members. Pluto rules breakdowns of situations or objects in your environment, especially tools that have not been running smoothly and have been limping along. Fix your computer, printer, washing machine, whatever is not working well before today, or you may have to deal with a last-minute system collapse. Sun square Jupiter on April 15th, between houses 4 and 1, brings good feelings, solutions, and healing to whatever tensions rose over the past few days in your personal relationships. On April 19th, the Sun enters Taurus and moves into the 5th house sector. Under Sun square Saturn on April 21st, between houses 5 and 2, avoid giving into depression or feelings of insecurity due to the challenges and pressures you may be feeling today. Self-discipline, action, and organization will mitigate the tendency to feel overwhelmed by circumstances at this time. Whatever frustrating delays occur will be temporary. April 22nd brings the new moon, 10:27 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 3 degrees of Taurus in the 5th house, bringing the energy for a new beginning with your loved ones over the month ahead. If single, a new romantic opportunity may present itself. Mercury square Pluto on April 24th or 25th, depending on your location, between houses 4 and 1, warns you to avoid arguments with family members. Pluto paranoia could cause you to be suspicious and read into an innocent remark. Whatever is bugging you today, let it slide. The weekend of April 25th and 26th, break out, fly free, and do something different and stimulating if you can. Under Mercury square Jupiter and the Sun conjunct Uranus, getting together with loved ones and enjoying early spring weather might go a long way toward renewing you. On April 27th, the planet Mercury enters Taurus and moves into the 5th house. On April 28th, under Mercury square Saturn, don't give in to financial fears. Under Saturn afflictions, we think we're seeing total reality and that the reality is negative. The truth is, our view at this time is overshadowed by internal fear and has nothing to do with the reality of a situation. Adjust your thinking and apply a dose of Jupiter, positivism, and hope. April 30th brings Mercury conjunct Uranus in the 5th house of love, making this a good day to catch up with those you care about through email or phone call. It's also possible that you may receive stimulating, surprising, and unexpected communication that changes your way of thinking about your future and provides you with ideas that give you new hope.